The Christmas party was supposed to feel warm. That was the lie everyone believed in. Gold lights wrapped around the pillars, soft music floated through the hall, and a massive Christmas tree stood proudly at the center, decorated with red ribbons and silver ornaments that reflected smiling faces. Laughter echoed, glasses clinked, and people spoke loudly about bonuses, promotions, and new beginnings. But for Eliza Rowan, standing near the long buffet table in a crimson dress, the room felt painfully cold. Her hands were shaking, not because the hall was chilly, but because the divorce never imagined would come like this, public, humiliating, and timed for maximum cruelty. A pen lay beside the document, sleek and black, waiting. Each second it remained untouched made her chest tighten. Every breath felt heavier than the last. She glanced around the room, hoping foolishly that someone would notice, that someone would sense the quiet disaster unfolding just a few feet away from the dance floor. But no one looked. No one ever looked at Eliza Rowan closely. To them, she was just Marcus Rowan's wife. Quiet, polite, ordinary. But Marcus felt like a stranger now, replaced by someone sharper, colder, someone who had learned to smile without meaning it. "Go on," Marcus said casually when he finally approached her, his voice low but firm. "Let's not drag this out. People are watching." People were watching, but not in the way he thought. They were watching the party, not the woman quietly falling apart in its shadows. Eliza picked up the pen. Her mind drifted backward, uninvited, to the early years, to the tiny apartment they had shared, where the heater barely worked and the couch had a broken leg they joked about fixing someday. She remembered cooking cheap meals together, laughing when things burned, planning a future built on love and effort. She remembered choosing not to tell him who she really was, because Eliza Rowan was not just a name, it was a legacy. Her family owned no skyscrapers with their name on them. No flashy headlines followed them. Their wealth was old, layered, protected by generations of silence. Trusts, holding companies, anonymous foundations, power that didn't announce itself. Eliza had been raised to understand that money could distort love. So when she fell for Marcus, ambitious, charming, hungry for success, she chose secrecy. She wanted to be loved for who she was, not what she had. And for a while she believed she was. The pen touched the paper. Her hand paused at the first signature line. Her vision blurred. A tear slipped free and landed on the page, smudging the ink just slightly. She wiped her cheek quickly, hoping no one had seen. The room felt too loud, the music too cheerful. Christmas bells rang softly in the background like a cruel joke. As she signed her name, a sudden burst of applause erupted across the hall. Eliza flinched. She looked up just in time to hear Marcus clear his throat near the stage. "I'd like to make an announcement," he said, smiling broadly. "Before the year ends, I want to start the next chapter of my life the right way." The crowd leaned in, curious. Beside him stood a woman Eliza recognized instantly. Tall, elegant, wrapped in confidence and diamonds that caught the light like stars. The necklace around her neck made Eliza's stomach drop. Rowan diamonds. Family diamonds. Marcus slipped an arm around the woman's waist. "I'm engaged," he announced. "And I couldn't be happier." Cheers filled the room. Someone gasped. Someone laughed. Someone whispered, "Already?" Eliza stood frozen, the signed papers still beneath her hand, her heart pounding so loudly she was sure others could hear it. The timing was not accidental. It never was with Marcus. He had wanted her to feel this moment, to feel small, replaceable, erased. The woman beside him smiled sweetly, unaware, or perhaps fully, aware that she was wearing wealth she didn't understand, that the stones around her neck had been passed down through Eliza's family for decades, sold quietly through channels Marcus never questioned. A bitter realization settled into Eliza's chest. This wasn't just betrayal, it was exploitation. She finished signing the final page, her movements calm now, controlled. Something inside her had gone very still. She placed the pen down gently and slid the papers back toward Marcus without a word. He barely glanced at them before handing them to his lawyer. "Good," he said. "That's done." "Done." As if love were a task on a checklist, Eliza turned away, walking toward the exit as whispers followed her like shadows. "Poor thing. She looks devastated. At least she'll get a settlement." If only they knew. Outside, snow fell softly, blanketing the city in white. The cold air hit her face, sharp and grounding. For the first time that night, she could breathe. She stepped into the waiting car, closed the door, and allowed herself one deep, shuddering exhale. Her phone vibrated. A single message from a contact saved simply as family office. Documents received. Clauses activated. Eliza leaned her head back against the seat and closed her eyes. Tonight she had signed away a marriage. But Marcus had just signed something far more dangerous without even knowing it. And this was only the beginning.